Hey guys, Pretzel here, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're talking about some more Godzilla movie news. Today we have some very big news, and then actually, I had to delete the video that I recorded, of this, because the video was so long, and I wasn't going to be able to upload it because of how long it was. So I'm unfortunately going to have to take out some of the news that I have for today and push that to its own separate video. But, that's got to be for the better, really. So the only thing that we're going to be talking about for today is the Godzilla Singular Point trailer. So let's get into it. The Godzilla Singular Point trailer really came out of nowhere. I was actually surprised. We did have some other Godzilla Singular Point news to come out, and, like I said, I'm going to have to push that to another Godzilla movie news, so that's unfortunate. I can't talk about that. But mainly, there's only one thing that isn't necessarily part of the trailer, so I guess that kind of only one thing from Godzilla Singular Point that I'm not going to be including in this video. But yeah, the trailer really came out of nowhere. I didn't think we were going to see the trailer till November 3rd, because I thought it was going to be revealed for Godzilla Festival, but I mean, hey, it came out now, I'll take it. But before we jump into the breakdown, I want to say you should go check out the trailer for yourself if you haven't already. If you haven't, I will link it in the description below, so you can go check it out there. Or if you want to, you can just pause the video and go look it up and find it yourself. But, of course, it would just be much more easier if you click the link in the description below. But if you've already seen it, then let's get into the breakdown. The first shot that we have of the trailer is of Godzilla readying up his atomic breath, which is pretty cool. It does seem that he's going to have his blue atomic breath, nothing color difference, because sometimes he has purple atomic breath, sometimes he has red, sometimes he has like a yellow-orange color, so who knows of what it could have been. And maybe it was actually red this time, or maybe it was pink, maybe it was purple, who knows. But it does seem that he's going to have classic blue atomic breath color. And also, a thing to notice here is that there's going to be multiple animation styles for this, because Godzilla seems to have some sort of like 3D CGI animation going on here, very similar to the Godzilla trilogy animation style, so that's interesting. And then there's other shots of like other kaiju and like human characters being in like 3D animation, so that's interesting. Next we have our first look at Rodan flying, which is pretty cool, and also there seems to be very obviously some red smoke coming off of Rodan, which seems to be very important, because the red smoke makes a multiple appearance. So you'll hear me talk about that a lot in the breakdown. And then we have our close-up look at Rodan's new design, which looks obviously very much like a pterodactyl. I'm not sure how I really feel about this. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it, so I'm basically 50-50 on it. But, it's interesting, I guess. Then we have next of one of the, seems to be the main characters of the show, and this character's name is apparently Yun. So we have a shot of Yun running. And then we also have another shot of the next main character of the show, which her name is Mi, or I don't know if it's Me or Me. I think I'm just gonna go with Me, but it might sound weird, like I'm gonna be like, Me is doing this, or because it sounds like me, but it's it's M-E-I, but I don't really know if it's pronounced Me. I'm just assuming it's pronounced Me. But anyways, it seems that Me is in some sort of theater, but it might be like kind of like a theater stage where like someone like a scientist or a comedian or whoever is on stage presenting something or just talking, someone famous like giving a speech or something like that. But it seems that me has a very surprised expression, once it gets closer to her face. Like it's like kind of surprised, and then it just gets more surprised, like, whoa, like wonder what she's looking at. Hopefully it's nothing terrifying, because there's a lot of terrifying stuff in this series. Next we have is someone holding a very, very small cube with a flower in it. And also, I have a theory for this. It's a very long stretch, but I think this could be teasing Biollante. Like I said, it's a very long stretch, but it could be like the little bit of like DNA used for Biollante, and then it ends up growing in, of course, Biollante. So that could be it. I mean, like I said, it's a stretch. So, we'll just have to see. Though I imagine that it has some sort of purpose. And then next we have is a pan-up shot of our first look at Jaguar's new design. And I gotta say, I'm not a fan of this new design. I do not like it at all. The arms just seem very skinny to me. And the animation perspective that they were going for just makes it look really weird. I don't know. I'm just not I'm just not a fan of this. It looks very skinny and linky, and the body just looks way too like big and buff, and then the arms are like very small and skinny. And it's weird. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe when we get our get to see him moving around and doing stuff, maybe I'll kind of grow on him a little bit, but I don't know, I'm just not liking the design right now. That's just me. Other people might feel differently. I imagine that there's some that feel the same, but from what I've seen, a lot of people are liking Jet Jaguar's new design, so I mean, if that's what you like, then go ahead. I'm not going to judge you. I just don't like it. Next we have is a shot of a helicopter flying away from a giant tail. This tail, I believe, belongs to possibly Manda. This could be confirming that Manda is in the show. This isn't necessarily confirmed, but that's just my thought. And also, there's red water, so kind of like the red smoke coming off of them, turning into making the water red. So, or the ocean, whatever you want to call it. So that's indication of more red weirdness going on there. And next we have is our first look at a new Gabra design. This is very surprising. This is the only other Gabra appearance in a Godzilla show or movie style thing going on here, but that's really interesting. I don't know if Gabra is in any comics. I think he might be, but I'm assuming that he is, so I'm gonna just say that this is like his second only movie/TV show appearance. And at first I thought this was actually Baragon, and then I heard someone say that, oh, it's Gabra. And then I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense of why he has the blue and bluish green skin, and you can obviously tell that it has to be Baragon. Or Gabra, I mean. So that's pretty interesting. Also looks terrifying. So that's nightmare fuel right there for me. I wonder if they're gonna make his roar even terrifying, because the Gabra roar, for me, is one of the most terrifying kaiju roars of all time. But, that, like I said, that's just for me. Next we have, and also, red smoke. There's red smoke by Gabra. I have to mention that. Next we have is our first look at Anguirus's new design. A lot of new designs. So I'm actually really liking the fact that there's more kaiju in this show than there was in the Godzilla anime trilogy. The more kaiju, the better, in my opinion. The design for Anguirus looks weird, but I still think it's pretty cool. There's spikes everywhere on Anguirus, like on his neck, on his face, on his, of course on his back. Just his snout is a bit skinny, so I think that's like the most weird part on Anguirus's new design. But I think it's pretty cool, I guess. A thing to note here is that there is no red smoke around Anguirus, so maybe there's something going on. I don't know. I wonder why Anguirus doesn't have any red smoke. There's got to be some reason for the red smoke, and it's got to have some importance to the show. It's pretty obvious. And also, Anguirus is about to get shot with like a giant arrow or something like that. So hopefully they don't end up killing him off by getting him being one shot by an arrow. That would be terrible. I would imagine that they're not going to do that, because I imagine that would upset fans a lot. Just him being shot in the neck or something and then him dying. I imagine that they're going to shoot it and then it's like going to bounce off him and they're going to be like, oh shit. I think that's what's going to happen. Or, that's what I'm hoping. Next we have is an unknown kaiju that is underwater. This could be the possible Manda that we previously seen for the tail. I don't think this is the case, even though it does have I think the similar skin color. I don't think that this is the Manda, because you can clearly see that there is a weird insect type leg. And I'm going to go with another big stretch right here, that I think that this might be a new Megaguirus design. And this is Megaguirus's larva form, possibly. I know it's very unlikely, but I don't know any other insect type kaiju that it could be. And it's clear that they're going for, Godzilla monsters returning to more modern and new Godzilla stuff, like Gabra. Gabra's only made one appearance, and they're bringing them back. So Megaguirus has only made one appearance, and they might be bringing her back. It could be Mothra, though it's 1% chance of it being Mothra, if I'm being completely honest. If anything, if it's not Megaguirus, it's got to be Manda, because it's got the kind of dragon-esque. I'm not sure what you can call them, kind of whisker-looking things that, Chinese dragons have. So that's what would make me believe that this is Manda. But I don't know, the feet, I don't know why they would go with, weird insect feet for Mandas, so that's weird for me. So, I don't know, maybe it might be something else that I'm just not thinking of at the moment that is insect related, but I'm thinking it's gotta be some sort of it's gotta be Megaguirus or some other insect type kaiju. I don't think it's Manda, if I'm being completely honest. Next we have is Baby Rodan roaring, so that's interesting. There's gonna be Baby Rodan, and not just one Baby Rodan, as we'll see later on through the breakdown. And also, going back to the Megaguirus insect thing, there was red smoke, haha. But, yeah, moving on, there is a black and white shot of some dude. Maybe this is kind of a past, kind of flashback situation going on here. Maybe it's one of the main character's father, and that they're having a flashback of him, or I don't know, something like that. Not 100% sure on that. I'm sure we'll have more context when the show comes out. Next we have is a new unknown kaiju jumping out of the water. There's a lot of theories on this. And it isn't the previous water creature kaiju that we've seen before, so I wonder who it could be. And the thing to notice here is that the kaiju has Godzilla-like dorsal fins on its back. So I'm guessing that this could be like going with the Shin Godzilla kind of scenario where Godzilla evolves. I could be wrong because someone said that this is actually Titanosaurus and that they're thinking about that they're going to be like rewriting Titanosaurus to him being like a Godzilla imposter, something like that. I don't know. That would be pretty interesting, and I can see that this could be Titanosaurus because it's, Titanosaurus is red. This kaiju is red. There's like, some yellow orangish spots on Titanosaurus. There is some yellow orangish spots on this kaiju, so it could very well be Titanosaurus. And then there's also like fins. This creature has fins. Godzilla obviously doesn't have fins. So this could, and Titanosaurus did have fins, but only like fins on his tail. So, maybe that's, of course, a new design kind of feature that Titanosaurus has like kind of weird arm fins now. Or maybe it's like a similar kind of situation with Gamera, because Gamera in one of the movies, like for when he's flying out, his arms kind of like open up a little bit to have like arm wings. So that could be kind of like a similar situation here where Titanosaurus is like arms kind of form like some sort of wing kind of flipper thing, so it helps them swim. But I really don't know about that, so that's interesting. And also red water, red smoke kind of situation going on there, so yeah. And next we have is a bunch of baby Rodan flying. So, clear to see that Rodan's been getting busy. So, that's interesting. And also, I noticed that Rodan's babies have different design than Rodan himself. So that's interesting. I figured I should mention that since I didn't mention that when we get our close-up at one of Rodan's babies, so figure I'd mention that now. And also, red smoke, a lot of it. That is pretty obvious. And then, next we have is of someone listening or possibly making a voice recording. So, that's that. And then, some sort of facility, and I believe this is Jet Jaguar's launching facility, because it's very subtle, but if you watch that part, the like kind of sections start to move. So I'm thinking it's gonna like open up, and then Jet Jaguar's gonna like slowly rise out of the launch thing, and then he's gonna launch to go fight Godzilla or something like that. And then next we have is of like art of some sort of kaiju. I believe that this is Godzilla because in the next shot we have a close-up on like the text that is on the art that I don't believe it says Godzilla. I don't think that's Godzilla in Japanese. I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm like 99% sure that that's not Godzilla in Japanese. Maybe it says something else. Maybe it's like I was going to say maybe it's Gojira, but that would obviously be the same exact Japanese words for Godzilla, so it's not Gojira. But maybe it's like an ancient name for Godzilla, maybe? Maybe it's Gigantus. That could be interesting. But what makes me think that this is an art of Godzilla is because in the close-up of the text, you can see like in the corner of some sort of like dorsal fin looking design. So I'm thinking that's what that is, because the dorsal fins do look like that, as we know with the first poster for the Godzilla Singular Point that I wasn't able to talk about for this video, that I will be talking about in another video. But out of that, we have Yun, or actually before that, we have me watching or possibly studying something. I think me is going to be some sort of like the smart kind of character, like the technician, the one who studies and figures things out. I think that's who she's going to be. Kind of like the Velma of this Godzilla show. That's what I think, anyways. I could be wrong. And then the next shot is we have of Yun staring at something, and obviously he is staring at some sort of kaiju because he is shocked and in fear. I think he might be staring at Anguirus because there's no red smoke, so that is possibly what he's looking at, but, you know, could be something else. And then we have a pan out of the Godzilla singular point logo, so I'll be using that for next videos for, you know, when I'm talking about singular point stuff. And then the last shot of the trailer we have of Godzilla kind of being revealed within the, yet again, red smoke. It looks kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. And, yeah, that is the end of the trailer. So I'm wondering what the red smoke and what its purpose is within the series. I'm sure we'll figure out, but I am very intrigued on figuring out what is going on with this series. I'm very excited. I'm not gonna lie. I can't wait for this to come out, and I wish it would come out sooner. But I think it's, like I said before in the previous video, I think it's gonna come out sometime in late 2021, but I could be wrong. So we'll just have to wait and see. And this video is still long, even though I cut out some of the news that I want to talk about. Oh boy, this is gonna be a fun upload. So I'm not gonna try. I'm trying to, you know, make it shorter than I want it to be. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.